Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got this week's pre-orders, and they are live. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So immediately we're going to scroll down to the limited edition Morvenn Vahl book. Let's try to find that here. Alright, so we've got the limited edition Morvenn Vahl, $160 for this bad boy. And this is a very limited item, should sell out relatively quickly. This is the mega limited edition with the art prints and the additional book. Very cool, signed and numbered. Let's see if it says 1,750 copies worldwide. So very, very limited. If you are after this, do not hesitate, as it will sell out very quickly. And then moving on from there, we have the brand new Skaven Tide box. Been available now for 1 week. Still in stock, still readily available. And then we have all of the brand new faction pack cards for each of the various factions, priced between $26 and $15 depending on how many cards are in the set. We have the new Warhammer Age of Sigmar General's Handbook, $42 for that. That's going to cover the 2024-2025 season. From what I have heard and what I have seen, everything you need from this book is included in the Skaven Tide set. I'm not 100% sure on that, but quite a few people have told me that there are basically like card or print versions of that included in here. I have not received my Skaven Tide copy yet, so I cannot confirm. And then moving on from there, we have the brand new Age of Sigmar core book. This is included in the Skaven Tide set. And then we have the limited edition Age of Sigmar core book. So $170 for this limited edition core book. Basically just a nice special edition, like collector's version of the actual book itself. I don't believe these are signed or numbered or anything like that. But they do tend to be like collector's items. So if you are after this, it's an extra $100. It's basically just a different cover and a little bit more fancy. It's not coming in like the nice packaging with a bunch of extra stuff like the 40K book did. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the new dice. I believe these are just reprinted versions of the old dice that were released last edition. So we have Destruction, Chaos, Death, and Order dice. $33.50 per set, 16 dice in each set. So Games Workshop did raise the price on these. They were previously $32 per 16, and now they're $33.50. So we did see a little pump up on the old dice coming back. And then we have a bunch more of the faction packs here, a bunch of the $19 and $15 ones. So whatever faction you're after, just keep in mind that until we see the actual Battletome roadmap, we don't know how long these are going to be good for. Some of them will be good for the better part of the edition, like 2 years for the later books that come out. But other ones like the Stormcast Eternals and Skaven, we know are going to be the first books. So likely these actual faction packed card decks are only going to be good for a couple of months until the new book comes out with new units, with updated rules, etc. So just keep that in mind. I personally would recommend not buying the Stormcast Eternals and Skaven because we know those are going to be the first two battle tomes. And realistically, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. And what I'm doing myself is waiting until we see that actual roadmap before I'm picking up any of these. Because I don't mind picking them up if I'm going to get a year or two use out of them. But the last thing I want to do is pick them up and have them immediately be invalidated within like a month or so. But at $15 for some of the cheaper ones, it's not terrible. But some of the $26 ones, when the new ones are going to come out at probably like $35 or $40, just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. So we do have the new faction packs for all of the various factions here. And then we still have the Skaven Tide Special Edition book. Limited edition, but obviously they made plenty as it is still available. Again, that Morvenn Vahl book, the Skaven Tide objective markers if you order directly from Games Workshop. We see the new Spearhead set, $65 for that. Keep in mind too, this does not come with the actual book for Spearhead, but the book for Spearhead will be available for digital download for free from Games Workshop. So you don't need that book to play Spearhead, but realistically, a lot of people are parting out these box sets. A lot of people pick up 2 of them and will have an extra copy of that stuff. So realistically, you should be able to get this for less than $65 with the actual book if you just buy it from someone. Then we had the new White Dwarf, $11 for that. No big surprises there. And then last but not least, we have the Skaven Tide hardback book from last week that sold out. And we see a lot of people actually skipped out on the special edition book and picked up the hardback because it's basically half the price. So we see that the actual demand is for the book itself, not for the limited edition aspect.
Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video.
So I have heard quite a few people comment that this Morvenn Vahl book sold out really quickly, or a lot of people didn't know it was coming. So again, if you are after this book, don't hesitate, because we know once these things are gone, they are ridiculously hard to get. You're going to get the actual Morvenn Vahl limited edition novel. You're going to get the limited edition Living Saints book as well. And then again, this is limited to 1750 worldwide. It comes in a cool little case. It comes with these 6 little Living Saint art prints as well. So pretty nice, very, very high quality, super cool. I am very excited that I was able to get a hold of one of these, as I have been waiting for it for over a year now with all the delays and everything. So very, very cool. Can't wait to get my hands on this one. So another big release week for Age of Sigmar. Obviously, a lot of people are super excited for Skaventide. We should see these things hitting the shelves as early as next Saturday, but I've already heard a lot of rumors, or like basically facts from people, that stores are already getting a hold of their copy of Skaventide. They're not supposed to officially sell it until the release date, but you know, obviously that's up to the actual stores if you pre-ordered it, whether or not they wait to give it to you. I picked up a couple of copies of Skaventide. I'm super excited for the new models in the box set. I cannot wait to bust into Spearhead, and even though the actual models are easy to build models or like push fit, the quality and detail on the models is absolutely amazing. I know a lot of people like frown on the push fit because of lack of options and everything, and I totally get it. But also they go together so quickly and so easily, and overall, like the actual technology Games Workshop is using to create these miniatures, if somebody didn't tell you they were push fit, I don't think you could look at this model and tell. A very, very nice range of new models, a lot of new versions of old models that people thought were going away. They just discontinued the old actual models and remade them, as we see with some of the new sculpts here. So you're still going to be able to use your old models if you want to. They're still going to have the same stat blocks and everything as the new models. It's just a matter of if you have the brand new cool looking stuff. And we do see a couple of like basic options with like the heads and occasionally like leader special models. But very, very nice, very cool sculpts. Definitely impressed by like not only the actual quality of the models, but the paint jobs on these. I cannot wait to get my hands on them. And then the Skaven, complete range refresh right here after years of dormant Skaven, living in the sewers, neglected by all, especially Games Workshop. It is finally time for these rat boys to come back into the range with some brand new sculpts. And I have to say, the rules look awesome. The sculpts look awesome. And to tell you the truth, this has got me super excited for Mordheim. I want to build a Skaven warband. I hope Games Workshop does an actual Mordheim refresh and brings the game back. Because now with some of these new models, with Stormcast Eternals and Skaven and everything, I cannot imagine a better setting than in Mordheim. So very, very cool. Very exciting. Definitely a lot of people picking this up, but Games Workshop did make plenty of them, so nobody should have a problem getting a hold of them. I know there was a lot of initial FOMO, a lot of worry, but here we are over a week after release. Even though they're not officially available, they've been on pre-order for a week. Games Workshop still has plenty. They're calling around all their local retailers. The reps are begging people to take more of them, so we know that the warehouse is absolutely full of these things, and Games Workshop is already eager to clean them out. So we got the brand new rule book, the Fire and Jade book, really nice quality stuff in here. We've got the new card packs for Big Sig. We've got the actual board for Spearhead. And then we have all of the Spearhead accessories as well. Really, really nice set right here. Great value. I did a basic breakdown of this. It's not going to be perfect, but came up with something like $900 to $1,000 worth of actual retail items in this box set. Now, granted, you know, you can get them at a discount. You can get the whole box for $265. You can get that at a discount. But just breaking it down relative to MSRP, if you bought the individual items, this is one of, if not the best box Games Workshop has ever produced. So super exciting. Lots of stuff coming out here for Age of Sigmar with the launch of the new edition, with the Skaventide box, with Spearhead game mode. But I do expect after this coming week that we're going to be going back into the age of Warhammer 40k. A lot of people have been a little bit burnt out on the Sigmar if they're not as excited about it, or just the way Games Workshop has dragged it on. But I know my level of excitement is just getting higher and higher the closer we get to release. But I do expect very soon that we're going to see what the new redacted codex is for 40k, and then also a new roadmap for like the next 6 or 10 codexes coming out over the following like quarter, half, or even year. So very exciting. Lots of stuff going on with Games Workshop. But also very interesting that my speculation on them overproducing Skaventide and the availability has come true. And the real question is, as the economy slows, as the market gets saturated, even with the launch of the new edition of Age of Sigmar, did Games Workshop peak? Is Warhammer on the decline? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products, and make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I am super excited. I'm very happy I got my copy of Morvenn Vahl, and I'm out of here.